There's some other video coming out of Shanghai, China right now that is absolutely insane. And I really thought about whether I wanted to show this video or not, because it's so profoundly evil what's happening there. And I don't want to be alarmist, but I think it's important to know what happens when a fully authoritarian government, what full fascism, which is what they're trying to usher in here, communism, Marxism, I don't even care what you call it at this point, when full government control over the people is allowed. Here's what's happening. This is a compilation video of what's happening right now in China over what they're saying is now the next version of Omicron. Okay, you're seeing a whole bunch of different stuff in that compilation. You're seeing a child, that first video was a child who had been separated from his parents, from what I understand, just wandering around trying to find some assistance. The screaming that you were hearing, those were in buildings in Shanghai. Those are people who have been locked in their apartments. They no longer have food. In many cases, they don't have running water. They are literally starving to death. People are dying in their apartments. There are other videos we didn't want to show you. People are jumping from their windows because they're sick of starving to death, because the government has decided that they should have a zero COVID policy. This is only because people allowed the government to have too much power over their lives, and governments do horrible things. It's just a sick, twisted part of humanity. It just is. And then of course what you're seeing there is rioting related to food and a whole bunch more. Okay, so what was the point of today's show? The point of today's show is there is a way to stop this, and we can do it. We cannot burn this country. We can choose not to burn this country. But the sane liberals, the moderate Democrats, you might be the key to this whole thing. And I don't know how many of you watch this show anymore. I suspect a bunch of you do. Well, I know a bunch of you do. But I think you have to start speaking up. You might be the key to this whole thing. The conservatives, the libertarians, whatever, they basically get it. We know which way they're going to vote. And we know that a lot of people are shifting that way. Right here in Florida alone, when DeSantis came in, there were about 200,000 more registered Democrats than Republicans. Last I heard, there's about 90,000 more registered Republicans than Democrats. We're going to see this happen. We saw what happened in Virginia with Youngkin. Okay. But the key at a national level, if this country is to continue, is that if you are a decent Democrat, if you are a decent liberal, if you are Bill Maher, you can no longer vote for people who are destroying the ideas that you purport to believe in. You cannot vote for Democrats anymore. You do not have to be a Republican, but you cannot be a Democrat. It's not that hard. This is not rocket science. We have to save this country. We have to do it right now. The Democratic Party must be destroyed. We must get rid of all of them. We don't have to jail them. We don't have to ban them. We don't have to put them in gulags. But we have to get them out of power, and we have to put the power back in the hands of the people. That's what we have to do. And now in summation, how do we do that? It's actually quite simple. Good people must just stand up. The individual must stand up and say, here I am, and this is what I believe in, and I will not give power to people who do not deserve it.